What's up, guys? In this episode, I kind of go over my LTD EC-1000 Vintage Black. Stay tuned. What is up, you dirty dogs? It's your boy, Torres, and if it were Tuesday, I would probably have tacos right now, but it's still Monday, so make sure you come back tomorrow because we're going to be taco-ria things up tomorrow. Anyway, so, here's the one thing you guys never see me with is any of my LTD Eclipse models. And for the most part, it's basically because my mindset changes. There's something about the Les Paul shape that all of a sudden, I just go into like punk mode. So for the most part, if I'm ever chugging, it's always with one of my ESPs, my Ibanez. I have a ton of Jacksons also. So that's what I usually use, and that's kind of what I favor. But don't think for a second that I don't have a bunch of Les Paul-ish kind of guitars. So this one I actually got from my buddy Nick, who's actually the same guitarist that I got. I can't find it. Oh, it's actually in the case that I got the red ESP M2 Custom from with the beautiful flame top. So I ended up buying that one first. And one day I was just like, hey, weren't you selling your Eclipse? And he's like, I'm selling two of them right now. And for you guys who are into ESPs and LTDs, you'll probably remember his ESP Eclipse, which was the all-white with the blood splatter. That's actually the first one that ESP Customs actually made. And that's also the one that he ended up getting and was selling at a great price. And I don't know who ended up getting it, but whoever got it, that's absolutely amazing that you have that guitar. So this is actually the other one that he had, and he loaded this one with Fluence. What the heck is his name? See, and this is what I hate about my channel, but what I like about it is because nothing is ever scripted. I don't stop and then keep doing other things. These are the Bill Adlers, right? Will Adlers, that's what it is. So these are the Will Adler Fluence pickups, and this one has a push-pull. So one by default is the modern, by default it's the Will Adler voiced Fluence, and then when you pull it, it is the modern Fluence tone. And what does this have? The tuners. This is actually the Korean model, and this has just LTD locking tuners in the back. So I will be using this one, and this one is 24 frets. The only issue with 24 frets in this model is that they're all 24 3/4 length. So they're not 25/5, which is what I'm used to, which is why in my mind, it's different, and it's different. It's so different that I have to actually play different music. So I'm actually going to be using my PV5150. That's the signature, and that is running out to my Boss SD1, the 40th anniversary edition, which is literally the same as this previous circuit. The yellow one is how everyone knows it. It's just black, so that's really the only difference. And I'm running wirelessly, so I'm actually going to make a video about wireless systems too. That way you guys can get to check how that is, or just different, ones that are out there. So it's so I have to assume that you guys are exactly the same way. For instance, and this is kind of just my own little thing. So I have 2 7-string guitars, and the problem with those 7-string guitars is I don't even use the 7th string, so I don't use the B. It's literally tuned to B, and then, as you know, the rest is E standard. And I use those to play, you know, old school things like Cro-Mags, like the Misfits, like Sam Hain, you know, anything that was, you know, 35, 40 years old, and is all tuned to E. That's when I use my 7 strings. But again, it's kind of like the same weird mindset where, you know, I don't ever pull any of these out unless I'm going to shift gears and start playing just a different style. So So like, you know, whatever you guys find yourself just switching gears, put a comment below. Let me know if it's a certain guitar shape, if it's certain pickups, is it, you know, or do you normally shift gears when you're listening to different kinds of music, you know, and that's when you're like, okay, this calls for a classic guitar. And then you play something in that genre of whatever classical, you know, songs that you're listening to. But to me, it is the Les Paul. So I also have this LTD EC-1000 along with this LTD EC-1000. But this one has Seymour Duncan JBs, and this one has EMG pickups. So let me put these down here. Do I have a stand? Right over here. So yeah, you know, it's like a woman with different handbags. Like there's different handbags for different events, right? You know, there's hanging out with the girls. There's going out partying and going to a club or chilling at a wine bar. Like, you know, if they can get away with having all these different options, why don't we? Yo, there's so many guys whose spouses are just like, yeah, you can't get that. No, can't get that. Yeah, you can't. And I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, maybe it's a good idea to just buy the same guitar style in the same color and just, oh no, this one was actually at the guitar shop. Alright guys, hey, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Let me know what guitar shape or how you actually end up changing gears, you know, from one style of music to another, and leave that below so everyone else can have a listen in the family. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, you jerk. And as usual, this guy will talk to you soon. The Iconic. Peace, my dudes.